Hey, Jen here. Thank you so much for joining me for day 9 of our video mobility series. Look, we're cruising on through. Today we are going to be focusing on our upper body and torso. And I don't know about you, but my torso could really benefit from this. I've been traveling a little bit, sleeping on my, not my normal bed, not my normal pillows. Everything feels tight. You might be in the same boat. So let's get started. We are going to start with some simple neck stretches. Now keep in mind this is the first exercise of the day, so you might be a little stiff, so just take it slow. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart, shoulders nice and relaxed, hands by our sides or on our hips, bending to one side. Now keep in mind we really don't want that ear to reach to the shoulder to reach to the ear. We want the ear to be pressing down to the shoulder. We can use that hand to assist us if we want a little bit of additional support or a little bit of added tension. As we stretch today though, it should feel like a comfortable stretch, maybe slight discomfort but no pain. We just want to find that sweet spot where we're pushing it a little bit but not in a way that's, hurts or is damaging. Okay, you can bend that angle slightly, so bringing the chin kind of closer towards the armpit, using that hand to support if needed. As you feel yourself relax, you can use that hand to add a little bit more. Coming down to the center nice and slow, we can use both hands if need be, tucking that chin in. Whoo, feeling a stretch all the way down to the middle of my back. That's telling me that my traps are very tight. Relaxing our shoulders, pressing them down. Good, moving to the opposite side. Disoriented there. So now our chin is moving towards the opposite, or towards the closest armpit. Good, and then to our side. Nice and relaxed here. Remember, this doesn't need to be intense. This is a mobility series designed to meet ourselves where we're at. And if you've stuck with me here until video 9, I wonder how you're feeling with all of this. You might notice that one side is tighter than the other. That's okay. Good. Bring it up nice and gentle. A couple shoulder rounds. If you're like me with your neck really tight, that might have felt really good, but also like, whoa. So just take it easy. We are then going to come down to the ground. We are going to be in a 4-point kneeling position. So wrist in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips. We are going to bring one hand behind the head. Everything else stays the same. We are going to drop the elbow towards the opposite wrist and then open it up to the sky. Now, if you're very tight, this might feel limited or constricted. Just meet yourself where you're at. We want eyesight to be following with the elbow. Keep moving in this slow rotation, core tight. That's 4. We're going to aim for about 8 per side. Good, feeling that rotation in the torso. Only going as far as your body will allow, that's okay. Last one. Good, dropping it down, switching sides. Hand comes behind the head, core tight, back nice and flat, reaching towards the opposite wrist, opening up towards the sky. Keep going. This is 5. You might notice that one side feels better than the other. And if you can't go that far, that's okay. Just do your best. Last one. Good. Take it back to 4-point kneeling. How you feeling there? That was pretty good. Coming up to a standing position, moving into our third mobility exercise or stretch for the day. You will need a wall or a ledge. This is going to be a chest stretch. So find just a corner or a surface that you can do this against. You are going to be 90 degrees at the elbow, bending at the elbow, using that arm or that ledge, pressing away, core nice and tight. We should really feel a nice stretch across the chest. Now spend a few moments here. You can play around with going higher or lower as well. Lower you might not feel as much. Typically higher you'll start to feel in that shoulder. Find the sweet spot for you where you are getting a nice stretch, and you can change it as we go too. Change that angle just a bit as I've started to feel my chest loosen up. Good, coming away from that nice and gentle. Release the arm, should feel a nice release or some relief there in that chest. Moving to the opposite side, we are 90 degrees at the elbow, pressing away. And you can use your body as a little bit of leverage to increase that stretch. Good. Bringing it up. If you want that a little bit of additional stretch through the chest or slightly deeper into the shoulder. Good. Coming away from the wall nice and gently. Shake that out. How's the chest feeling so far? Next one we are going to do, this is our second last one for the day. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart. Two options here. You have the options to put palms in front, or you can put palms behind head. Regardless of what you choose, we are going to keep hips nice and square. The goal here is to keep them as square as possible through this movement. We are going to keep our hips there, slight bend in the knees. We are doing a rotation through the upper body. So keep in mind, if our hips are going straight, there is no movement there. So you might find that the rotation in your upper body is limited, but that's okay. I want you to focus on the rotation coming from your torso, not coming from your hips. See the difference there? Good, and if you have hands behind head, same kind of situation. Just keep going back and forth between the two sides. Core nice and tight, focusing on keeping those hips still, rotating through the torso. Keep it up. Just a few more. You might find you get a little bit further towards the end. 2 more. And 1. Good. Oh, just feeling good. Okay, moving down towards the ground. This is our last stretch for the day. We are going to stretch out our wrists. If we work at a desk, or if we we use our hands a lot, we might find that our forearms get quite tight, our palms get quite tight. So we're going to do a few wrist stretches here. First one you are going to do is fingertips facing outward on our knees, on our wrists, and we are going to use the lower half of our body, so basically from the shoulders down, as leverage here. So you can increase the stretch or decrease it depending on how tight you feel. So rocking our shoulders just past the fingertips, we should feel a stretch at the back of the forearms. Okay, so I want you to try and focus here on holding that position, not rocking too much back and forth. If there's a little movement, that's okay. Good. Next one we are going to do, nice and gentle, especially if your wrists are tight. Fingertips are going to face out with wrists facing each other or almost contacting each other. Legs can come a little bit wider. You are going to gently move from one side to the other. So you'll feel a stretch in one side at a time. So it's just a gentle rock here. Now if you're like so tight that you're bending your elbows, take off that intensity a little bit. Or take it against a wall where you don't have quite as much pressure on the hands. All right, next one we are going to do a little bit of a pretzel move. You're going to take palms and fingertips are going to face you. So forearms are now facing outward. Again, we can use our legs for leverage here. We are now rocking, instead of rocking forward, we are now rocking backward. You can always change the intensity as you need to. All right, last stretch here before we wrap it up. Palms are now going to face up. So the back of the hands are on the floor, using our body to create that leverage if need be. We should feel this now on the opposite side of the forearms. Again, you can do the gentle rocking, but we want to be mindful if we do feel a good stretch that we hold there for a little while. Good, come out of that. Last thing we're going to do here, take the fingers together, the wrists together, just going to do a few figure eights, a few rocks here, or rolls I should say. Nice and gentle, doesn't need to be anything crazy. You can take them apart, do the same thing. Good. Stand on up, check in with yourself. How are you feeling? You have completed video 9 of our mobility series. Thank you so much for joining me. I would love to hear how this went for you. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on the other ones. We've got 12 total. I'll see you next time.